So, we did a Spider-Man review last
Hello.
time, and then suddenly we're now going to talk about Shang-Chi, which we saw yesterday.
Yes, we are.
The biggest hit of the pandemic so far. It looks like made more money than
Yeah.
Black Widow in its opening weekend.
Oh, thankfully.
90 million, breaking the Labor Day weekend record, like nuts. I don't think I think I showed you. Actually, no, I don't think I sent you to it. The highest grossing movie on Labor Day weekend before Shang-Chi was a $30 million opening weekend compared to a 90 million. Yeah, go figure, right? The Marvel movie does
Let's see.
well.
Let's see. Yeah. Well, let's see if it drops.
We'll see. We'll see if it drops. If it's anything like every other pandemic movie, it'll drop pretty hard. Yeah, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. What a title. It's directed by Destin Cretton and stars Simu as Shang-Chi, Awkwafina, Leung, Fala, Chen, Yeoh, and spoiler.
Yes. Spoil.
And spoiler.
I'm excited to spoil too.
I don't think we'll go into spoilers for this.
We won't.
No, I think because the movie did just come out, I don't think it's fair.
Well, just put spoilers in the title. Because here's the thing: we're not gonna cover this for spoiler talk, so might as well spoiler.
I mean, I can just divide the recording and upload it as two videos.
I guess you could.
Yeah.
I guess you could.
Totally
I really
do
want to
that.
talk about.
So yeah, let's just get our quicks. I don't think we'll be here long talking about this. There's not really too much to talk about. I think, at least in my opinion, there really isn't much to go over with this one.
Well, in the spoiler talk?
In the spoilers, when we get into that, sure. But even then,
I think there's a lot
to talk about. This is kind of an uneventful film.
In the non-spoilers, there's really nothing to talk about because you really don't get any spoilers.
We can kind of talk about
any review,
really basic, like surface level things.
Yeah.
Actually, this is interesting because neither of us have said anything to each other vaguely about what we think.
Yeah.
So this is actually going to be new for both of us.
Thinking about it.
Because thinking about it, I definitely liked it a little bit less, but not heavily less. But I also didn't come out of this movie super high. But I don't know, for you, it's probably different.
Yeah. I guess I'll go first on my thoughts.
Yeah, go for it.
So, personally, I had a lot of fun watching the movie. I guess that's due to the fact that I was with my friends watching it. You know, Sebastian. And the theater was having fun too. I guess that adds to it, except the child behind us.
We had a very obnoxious child behind us, but you know, what can you do? That's what happens when you go to the movies. If there was any, if there was any screen that would show you why you should go to the movies, it's that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a kid behind me that loud or anyone like me near me.
I told you my Spider-Verse screening was really bad, but yeah, it wasn't directly behind me. It wasn't directly behind me.
Thank God he wasn't kicking your seat either.
No, thank God. Yeah, continue. Sorry.
Right. So yeah, I had a fun time watching it. But I don't know how to put this. So yeah, I had fun watching it, but the movie overall isn't exactly very good. Like, here's the good thing about it not being very good. It's not very good, but it is not a miserable time. Sure. It's a very safe bad.
It's a very safe movie. It's a very safe movie.
It's a safe movie, but which is, you know, I keep saying it's bad, but we can get into that later. But nothing happens in it that really insults me or the history of the MCU, which I like. my biggest fear with Phase 4, the future, is that they're going to do stuff that retcons the history or insults a character,
No, everything
either
in this
they're
movie is
dead or alive.
directly result of the rest of the MCU.
Hmm?
A lot of what happens in this movie feels like it wouldn't have happened unless the rest of the MCU had happened before it, which I did
Say
like
again,
about this. Yeah, I know I cut out. Yeah, a lot of stuff that happens in this movie feels like it couldn't have happened unless the rest of the MCU had already happened,
Yeah.
which I did like about
So
it.
yeah, I was thankful that this wasn't just Captain Marvel deal where they had to put their
Oh,
package
yeah.
in the alphabet.
Yeah, there's no
They put
Tesseract
this.
retcon in this.
Yeah. Like the MCU was just an alphabet. Captain Marvel is just a made up letter that they added for no reason whatsoever. I thought
Zed.
Shang-Chi was going to be that. Yeah, the Z.
Well, Zed is the
I feared
English
Shang-Chi was going
pronunciation,
to be that, but
but yeah,
yeah, I was afraid it was going to be that, but thankfully it wasn't. It, it did its own thing, which
yeah,
I was happy for.
feels very separate. Not in the way that like
Yeah.
Black Widow felt like it was separate, where that movie just didn't need to be in the
Mhm.
MCU at all. This does feel like it has connection. It's out there, but you know it feels separate in the right way. Like you could watch this as its own movie and not feel like you're missing. Um,
Yeah,
like you
you
don't
really
need
could
to know
go
the
as
rest of the
a
MCU to know this movie, which is good going
yeah.
forward.
You could definitely watch this as a martial arts fan,
Yeah,
which
and I'm sure a lot of people
man,
are gonna take that from this, and yeah,
which man, the action is pretty tight. The action,
it's really
or
tight. It's really
mainly the
tightly
fight
filmed,
scenes.
really tightly filmed.
But I have to say already, they kind of topped themselves in the first fight.
They did. They blew their
Yeah,
load really
they didn't
quick.
top that. Yeah, they
They
didn't
blew their
top that
load
after
really
that.
fast. Just really
So
unfortunate because
yeah,
they had really good choreo for
it's
the rest of the movie.
it's unfortunate, especially in the end, which was
Yeah,
really underwhelming.
yeah. The third act is definitely the where the movie kind of
Yeah,
just dipped. Because I'm gonna be entirely honest with you, I was pretty high on this movie for the first like half of it. Like I was really into it. I was having fun, and then the movie makes a choice that was really fun when it started, and then it went nowhere and just made the movie worse. And we'll get into that in
yeah.
spoilers because I think we have the same thought. But
The note,
yeah, I'm
the
definitely
note,
higher on
I'll
this
be,
movie than you are. But I'm
you
definitely agreeing
probably
with
are.
everything you're saying.
Yeah.
It's
On that
not.
note,
Yeah, go ahead.
uh, yeah, I was gonna say I'll be right back. That do a thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn it. Keep the audience entertained while I'm gone. Make a funny edit.
Yeah, I don't know how to edit. Yeah, I guess I'll just kind of go with over. I'll go over my kind of quick thoughts of the film. I'm definitely a little bit higher on him than he is. Uh, I enjoyed, like I said, I enjoyed the first half of it. I was having fun, and the action is really well filmed, really tight, but it blows its load way too early on. And the movie kind of ran out of things to do. Like, if you actually look at the retrospective of like what happens in this movie, not a whole lot happens. It's just kind of movie starts, first fight scene, and then the rest of the movie just kind of happens. It doesn't feel like a grand process of events. It feels like, yeah, all this stuff is happening in a couple days, which apparently it is. This whole movie takes place over like the course of a couple days or something like that, which is really crazy. But yeah, overall, it was a fun time. There was highlights. I liked Simu Liu in the role. I do want to see more of him, um, in particular. Um, Tony Leung as the real Mandarin, Wenwu. He's really good, but he doesn't isn't given a lot to do, and I think his character really suffers the the brunt of the movie's questionable writing. Um, but overall, yeah, it's a decent movie. Um, that isn't insulting. at all. It's perfectly fine. There's fun references to the MCU that kind of just don't make any sense in retrospect. Like, I guess this is the cat's out of the bag. Abomination. He's in the movie for a second. A very quick cameo. No explanation as to why he looks different. He also doesn't talk, which is odd. But I guess that's for the She-Hulk show to continue on. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of just medium on this film. I'm very medium on it, and not in the way where it's like Black Widow hurt me, and then I was just kind of like, eh. This movie didn't like insult me at all. Didn't make me upset. I was just kind of like, okay, you're just going through the motions. Yeah. Now that Ernest is back.
Oh, Black Widow did hurt.
Yeah, I know. Oh, there he goes. Wonderful. And now he's back. Alright, it's probably doing a thing for him, where it's disconnecting him every so often and I can't hear him. So he's probably going to have to disconnect and come back again. Still can't hear you if you are talking.
Okay, I'm
there
back.
We go.
Back,
there we
back.
go. Okay, we're back.
Right.
Yeah.
I said characters are pretty fucking.
Pretty fucking what?
Bland.
Bland. Yeah, that's like the perfect word. Is bland. I said while you were gone, I did like Simu Liu as Shang-Chi. I do want to see him again. I just hope it's a better script next time. And there he goes again. Oh boy. It's going to be one of those. Apologies for the people watching.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job as the Mandarin, but...
So, Ernest, you are disconnecting, and you are still talking, and yet I cannot hear any of the points you're making. If you're still going, and if you can't hear me, whatever, but I can't hear you if you are talking and making points. Because you did cut in saying something about the Mandarin, and then you were gone. Okay. Alright. Are you there?
What?
There you are. Okay. Now I can hear you.
Oh. So yeah, I was saying that this Mandarin didn't feel very intimidating or villainous, even though
I don't think that was the intention.
Huh?
I feel like that wasn't their intention to make him the villain. I didn't feel like there was really any villain in this movie.
All right, so you cut out.
Oh Jesus, we're doing this is happening to me too. I didn't really feel like he was a villain
or antagonist.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was an antagonist, but he wasn't the villain of the story.
As we find out later on, my God.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he did a good job. He's a very talented actor, and he is clearly doing all his own
definitely
stunts.
Did a good job, but
the character isn't anything special. I got where he was coming from, but it feels like he just kind of left the movie after they introduced him.
Yeah, no, he was basically had to decide for whatever.
Like they introduced him in the beginning of the film, and then he comes back later, and then he's just gone until the third act.
And yeah, I have to say, the opening for the movie, we got the history of everything. I think that would have been a very interesting movie to explore better than what we got.
Sure, yeah. But the problem is the movie's called Shang-Chi, not Wenwu. So
it should be called the Mandarin.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I'm saying, what the MCU should do. Maybe do their own standalone movie so it doesn't focus on making another expanding universe. That'd be
like redo.
Huh?
You were kind of going low in volume for a second, so I don't really know what you said.
Oh, so I said that that's kind of what I was hoping the MCU would do in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Make a few standalone movies that don't really have anything to do with the MCU or its future.
Mm-hmm.
Just make some some pretty interesting stories that are by themselves. That's what I thought Eternals was going to be, but no, it's going to be connected to the MCU
Well,
or
it
for the
has to
future,
be.
I
It's in the
guess.
MCU, so it's got to be connected somehow.
No, no, that's what I'm saying. Like the MCU could pull a Star Wars potentially, like with the Star Wars Vision thing. Few
Oh, yeah.
stories. Yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping the MCU would pull off
They
in the
won't
end.
do that in the
Like
movies,
start doing
is the
more of
thing.
that.
Now that they have the TV show option, they're probably just going to explore that in TV and leave the
I
big
didn't
stuff
know.
for the movies.
Because everything they're doing seems to just be connected to the next uh to the next you call it
To the next thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the idea. Is they don't want to reboot or stop. It's they want to kind of keep telling the story. But now that they've left the Infinity Saga
Oh no,
behind, they have to just kind of take what
I'm
their branches and keep going.
yeah, I'm definitely not saying they should.
They shouldn't.
Definitely not saying they should redo anything. Just
Just what?
mm,
No, you just stopped talking.
do their own thing. Really do anything that connects to the MCU in its entirety. That's why I thought What If was such a good idea, but unfortunately they haven't done anything particularly interesting yet.
Did you watch the Doctor
Yeah,
Strange episode?
that's okay. Huh?
Did you watch the Doctor Strange episode?
I have not yet.
I did. wasn't wasn't great. It was kind of cliche, but it, it was definitely an interesting concept. I'll tell you that. And they
Okay.
definitely worked it to the bone. Like I think it was the longest episode.
I'll
Yeah,
check it out.
yeah, it was fine. Uh, yeah, but this is a Shang-Chi review, not a what if conversation.
Right.
Um, you didn't really say anything about Simu Liu. I did actually like him in the role.
Hmm?
Simu Liu as Shang-Chi. I liked him. He was
Like,
definitely more personable than I think the trailers made him out to be.
yeah, I was afraid he was going to be another Cole from Mortal
Yeah,
Kombat
no,
or Snake Eyes,
when you said that, I was very upset. I was like, he does not look that bad.
but thank God he wasn't.
No, he was fun. He's he was. I think I said this in my head towards like the movie's conclusion. I was like, he's a fun action movie protagonist, but not much else. He's not an incredibly interesting character.
Yeah,
He's not, and
I think that
that's
most people
unfortunate because I think they had a really good setup for him. They just didn't explore it enough.
definitely.
And it's weird because I thought this movie was too long. I was starting to feel its runtime towards the end.
It definitely was too
It was
long,
too
and
long. It was 2 hours
that
12, right?
that
It should have easily been like two
that fi- that
hours.
yeah that final battle dragged out to no end.
Right? It did. It was going on way too long. It should have ended at a
Yeah,
certain point, and then they just said, "No, we gotta have our cake and eat it too." And I was like, "Okay,
just got him.
just get on with it." But yeah,
Yeah,
I think we're kind of on similar fronts, but I'm definitely much more higher on this movie than you are. Uh, I
you
definitely do
definitely
want
are.
to see it again. It's not a movie that I will hate to watch again.
I think I'd rather just watch the action than anything.
Sure, yeah, and the action scenes are good.
Yeah.
They were
Oh yeah,
interestingly
comedy.
filmed. Comedy was fine. I'm glad Awkwafina
It was fine.
shut up after the first half hour.
I I didn't ha ha ha.
No. Oh, okay, there he goes. So you cut out, so I didn't hear after ha ha ha.
That's what I thought happened.
Okay,
I chuckled.
okay. You disappeared after I chuckled. You disappeared after I chuckled. Still can't hear you. Still can't hear you if you're talking. Okay. real entertaining for everybody watching. I am very sorry for all this. I wish I knew how to edit.
Must be
there we
very
go.
frustrating
Okay.
for our viewers.
Okay, there we go. Now I can hear you.
Yes, this must be very frustrating for our viewers.
Oh, I'm sure. All 9 of them.
Yep. But yeah, humor. Okay,
That's fine.
I had a few chuckles.
That was fine.
I think I laughed. I think I laughed the lowest out of anybody in the theater,
Yeah,
like always. But
you did have one,
yeah,
right? I heard you. I heard you.
Yeah, I don't know which one it was, but
The subway or the cable car or whatever the hell is this?
Oh, I know what the fuck it was. It was a live streamer.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler.
Yeah, that was a clip that they released.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah, that got 3 million views. So I wouldn't worry too
For
much.
some reason, I didn't laugh at it. I didn't laugh at anything Awkwafina did in the movie.
Yeah,
not at all.
She was really like overplayed in the movie, and I was just thinking the whole time, like, you are better than this, because she's really funny, and she's very talented actress. So I was just wondering.
And you know, the thing about her being very overplayed is very present in the third act.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty dumb. I think you know what I'm talking about too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was just kind of one of those like, oh, okay. Like it didn't upset me in any way. I was like, okay, yeah. Okay, here we go again. Lovely. Oh,
But
there we go.
For being 12 hours, yeah, the movie has cool ideas. For it being 2 hours and 12 minutes long, it has no time to cover these ideas.
Yeah, which is, I was saying actually while you were gone that this movie, when you look at it, not much actually happens.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like it's going on forever. And I don't really know what exactly to kind of cut out, to kind of include more things going on without the film dragging on. Like, I mean, there's the obvious stuff in the third act that you can cut out. But then there's kind of like character beats that happen that you don't want to remove or you want to extend. Like, I guess, for example, there's a montage in the film that's literally 2 shots. And it's a montage.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie's got some weird issues that's like, okay, cool. I don't know.
Cool.
This movie was a movie I saw in a theater, and I had fun, but I don't think I'll forget about it quickly.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because this is a movie I think it's almost like it's too good to be forgettable. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Well, it has
parts in it that
the production behind it is pretty good. The director is too talented. It's
a very talented director
to make a movie like this.
And it's clear he had a lot of ideas. He had a pitch and he had a vision for this movie, but it feels like he got lost in his vision a little bit.
Yeah, man, and
which is more than I can say for Captain Marvel, which had no vision and desperately needed a new director. Which it did. Captain Marvel 2 has a new director, so maybe she'll bring something new to the table.
Right.
Because clearly this director, Destin Cretton, he brought something to this movie. But it seems like he didn't get all the time to kind of fulfill his vision. I can't hear you if you're talking.
Okay, you're cutting out sometimes, so I haven't said anything.
Sorry. You go ahead. Okay. As soon As soon as I say it. As soon as I said, go ahead, you just disappeared. Oh, and he does it again. Okay. Are we good?
Nice.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. I had a thought. I lost it, so I told you to go ahead.
Oh. Yeah,
I
I
forgot
guess
what
we
that
can
thought
kind
was,
of.
but yeah, you go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
Yeah, I was kind of already kind of like done anyway. I don't know. The director, he had a vision. He didn't get to fully do it because I think he got a little lost. But yeah, other than that,
Yeah.
yeah, this movie's wasted potential, but not too much for the plot. It's like this is the movie. It's like I would love to see this director come back and do a second one. I would like to see, the cast come back, do a second one, maybe a different writer.
Yeah.
Which I am gonna check on who wrote this script. It was written by Dave Callahan.
I remember what it was.
Oh, okay, that explains things.
I remember what I could say now. The movie also has everything going for it.
It does.
It's got a lot of fan support. People are movie to no end calling it. What were they calling it?
Special. I heard it was special.
Something special.
And
Yeah.
it seemed like it was gonna be for the first like half hour. It seemed like we're in for something special here, and then it kind of just became another Marvel movie.
Man, I had fun with the half hour, with the first act, but
yeah,
I think it has
it has issues.
which I guess we can get into when we do our spoiler.
Yeah.
Talk.
I guess to just wrap up our kind of general thoughts, and then
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Giving a rating.
Sure. Why not? I can
Yes.
already predict what yours is gonna be.
All right, so I'm gonna give the movie a 10. My more objective rating for the movie.
A what?
How I felt about it, I'm gonna give it a 6.
A 6? Oh, you read a 6? Oh boy. Can't hear you if you're talking. Well, he gave it a 6. So, I don't know if he can still hear me. Oh. Nope, can't hear you. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, I lost my.
Yeah, so you gave. Okay. Jesus. God, if I switched over my setup right now to show what I see.
Did I show what you?
No. I was making a
Did I
joke.
see what you showed?
No. I said if I switched my setup to show the audience what I'm seeing, like what just happened right now, it'd be really funny. Yeah, you gave it a 6.
Well, that's my enjoyment.
Yeah, I can't hear you, or you stopped talking, or you cut out. It's okay. I'm gonna switch my Discord setup so you can see what's going on here, and just take.
Man, Discord is bugging today.
Discord or your internet?
My internet's fine.
Well, I don't know what it is today. Yeah.
My enjoyment rating of the movie is. It's
It's a what? You're like cutting in and out.
enjoyment.
You cut out.
Rating.
You cut out.
Enjoyed the movie.
Okay, and there he goes. See, this is where you can see what I'm dealing with. Dude, your internet is shit. I thought my internet was bad sometimes. I don't know what's going on. Well, he gave it a 6 for enjoyment. His objective rating is probably like a 4 or 5. Um,
So what you were talking all that time, I could not hear you because the thing just went bye bye.
yep.
Yeah, the thing just bugged out. Of course it did.
Yeah.
But what were your ratings?
I don't know. I just have a singular rating. I'm sitting at like a. I was at a 7.5 when I saw it, but I think now I'm probably at like a 7, just a hard 7, because I did really enjoy that first half, and I was really riding with it until we got into that second half where the movie bogged down, and like I said, it became a Marvel movie, and I was like, okay, here we go. So yeah, um, yeah, a hard 7 is where I'm staying.
Hearts.
Hard 7.
All right.
It's. I've seen better movies this year, but it is the only decent martial arts movie I've seen this year. It took three.
Yeah.
It took
Out of three.
three. Three. Man. All right. So I guess I'll